Welcome back to the home of all things ballroom dance. If you like to hear cultural stuff or see technique videos or hear the perspective of a long-term pro on things that go on in the world of ballroom dance, hey, hit that subscribe button. I share videos almost every day. And today's hot topic is a follow-up in response to some questions I've seen in our comments from viewers about who on earth holds the political power in the world of ballroom dance. And if you missed part one, definitely don't miss it. I will share a link in the description below. So let's continue. I talked about a variety of spheres of influence. So there's definitely not one person. There's not one singular organization even that really holds all of the power. It is complicated. We have many cooks in the kitchen. And so I took the liberty of breaking this down into a Venn diagram because it is complicated and I want to make it simple for you. I apologize for kind of the amateur holding this up, but I tried doing a half screen, a little picture-in-picture, and you just couldn't see what the heck I was talking about and I couldn't interact with it. So I'm jamming with this. So we have talked about these national governing organizations, USA Dance, NDCA, international organizations, World Dance Council, WSC, IDSF, it goes on and on. So I put them in the center. Although honestly, guys, the vast majority of the world is social dancers, and those organizations really have almost zero influence on social dancers, which is the lion's share of ballroom dancers in the world. Dance is a lot like basketball. You have an elite group that do it professionally. You have an elite group that do it at a highly competitive level. And then you have a boatload of people that just do it for fun and joy. And it's all good and fun in all of those kind of little subcultures, okay? We also have our studio owners. We have our competition organizers. We have the students. Yes, you are part of that power base. The teachers, and we do have many teacher friends on here. They're a part of that power base, pulling the strings. We have judges. Obviously, we've talked about how that comes into play in politics there, which is a whole nother can of monkeys. I've gone into in some other videos, but these powers all overlap, okay? So not one really truly controls the other. They heavily control each other. And there's definitely a lot of overlap. As you can see in my amateurish Venn diagram, in my opinion, in my personal observation, the least overlap in power comes between those dance world and national organizations and the studio owners. Because I have been a long-time member of NDCA. I've been a long-time studio owner. Anyway, I've found as a studio owner, no one exerted power over me. Certainly if you are in a studio chain like Murray Frederister, that is different. That corporation holds a lot of control over you, and those corporations are very heavily involved in these board of directors as well in some of these organizations. Anyway, so next power sphere I really want to get into are the teachers, okay? And as you can see, they are kind of governed. If you are a dance sport teacher, if you're a social dance teacher, I can just say I'm a professional and teach people and never show up to a comp, and hey, no one controls me. But I have done NDCA stuff as an amateur, as a pro-am teacher. And so they definitely, you have to march to the beat of their drum. But likewise, they have to march to the beat of your drum. Like if there's overlap for example, with the teachers and the comp organizers. If I, as a teacher, do not bring a cadre of students to your competition, you will lose your shirt financially. It's just a reality, so they've got to kind of kiss up to the teachers. And often there's a little bit of a trade-off, like, well, I'll patronize your comp and judge your comp if you patronize my comp and judge my comp. And then there's also a lot of overlap between the teachers and the judges. And I talked about last time about some kind of ugly things behind the scenes in terms of trading marks for lessons and such. Again, most pros are totally ethical, but this sort of thing does happen. And I want to keep warning people in case you get an unexpected result in a competition. Hey, dust yourself off, move on. You'll get different results next week. And the net result is, in the end, you're going to be a better dancer, okay? That's really all that matters. You will lose your way to the top. Have my word. So those teachers obviously exert probably the most power of all of these factors over the students. Obviously, they can pick and choose who they want to teach. I have shared other videos in terms of teachers playing favorites with students. They determine when they go to the competition which student will compete at what level, or how many entries they get or don't get. So we saw in the TV reality show Dancing Queens where Claudette's partner dumped her, so to speak, to dance with another student, Pooja. I could see in the video Pooja was not as skilled of a dancer, but there was a financial thing going on there where Pooja took a lot of lessons. Her whole family took lessons. And certainly this is where we start to get overlap with how the students, yes, have a great deal of power over the teachers. Because if you choose not to take lessons with us, we have no job. We can't do what we love. And so related to that, I've talked a little bit about this in other videos in terms of pro-am politics inside the studio, but I've often observed the squeaky wheels get the oil. I don't recommend it. I think that it's just ridiculous. I really prefer everyone, including the teachers and the students, just be professional and everyone kind and respectful to each other, rather than trying to, well, I want the pro to spend all their time with me, or I want to be the one that enters the gold scholarship. Let the pro decide. They know what's best for your dancing in the end. Okay. Anyway, so as we can see, there is a great deal of overlap as well with the studio owners in how they influence both the teachers and the students and the comp organizers. Now, the governing bodies, again, don't affect the studio owners as much, but as a studio owner, obviously, I control who teaches in my studio. And as you may know, I owned the largest ballroom dance studio in the country for, 15 years. And yeah, I kicked people out. I didn't care about their skill level. If something is rubbing me the wrong way with how you treat other teachers, how you treat your students, then you have no place to teach. The studio owners, and I didn't really realize this until I was a studio owner myself, have a huge amount of influence over who the students take lessons with, because I am the gates to the studio. And anytime a new student comes in, I can refer them to whoever the heck I want. And in my case, I had over 20 teachers. Now, I'm an ethical person. I'm going to refer the students, oh, you're a social dancer who wants to dance for your wedding. You're going to go to this cheap teacher who's, an okay dancer. Oh, you want to compete. Oh, you want to compete in Latin. I'm going to refer you to this teacher. And I didn't do that based on how much I like that person. They're my friend, how long they've taught there. I personally felt it was good business and in the best interest of the dance community and my business to refer students to the best teacher. That being said, I did have someone that I really wanted to ice out, and this was for the protection of my students. I was told by the police not to do that for my own safety, and I just iced them out. They suddenly weren't booked anymore. And it's interesting because the teachers, in my experience, are kind of under the illusion that they are all booked because they are God's gift. And they often don't realize how much business that owner is truly siphoning to them. And honestly, that owner has the power to take them away as well. I know that's shocking. Everyone thinks that their students will stay with them to the bitter end, but that owner does exert a lot of influence there. Oh my gosh, guys, are you kidding me? I am already over my 10-minute mark again. And I know you guys don't like me to drone on. I could seriously write a novel on this topic. So I'm going to come back with some more dirt on this topic. Hey, it's very difficult for me to consolidate these things in any of my videos in 10 minutes. I couldn't even do it in 10 hours. So I really appreciate our pro friends on here who comment and add more information, share their personal experience. You as students as well, I love hearing your experiences. I am but one singular dancer in one little corner of a huge world of ballroom dance. I love hearing your stories. And definitely mention things that you feel, oh, I wish she would have mentioned this. I never delete the comments. I love when you guys add more. So if you like all things ballroom dance, hey, hit that subscribe button. I will definitely post a follow-up on this because I feel it is a really fascinating topic that a lot of people don't really realize until they're really immersed in the world of, especially dance sport. Not so much social dance, but dance sport does have a lot of politics involved. So guys, I look forward to seeing you in the morning. If you liked that video today, hit the like button. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Happy dancing, friends. Toodles.